Good afternoon, Yeshiva League. This is Michael Courtney here with my esteemed partner, Sammy Marcus, for the SAR DRS Varsity Boys Volleyball Championship here at Mayanot in Teaneck, New Jersey. We are privileged to bring to you the head coach of the SAR Sting, Leslie Spalding. Leslie, welcome to the program.
Thank you, thank you.
So,
Thanks
looking at this team, you guys lost in the semis last year and won three straight championships before. Would you compare this team to one of those championship teams?
Yes, I would. I mean, I think we're a little more versatile. Back then, we had a lot more, physical talent, and the system was brand new. Sammy remembers, it was a learning process.
Yeah, definitely a learning process. This first couple games were tough.
Yeah, we lost the first two games actually because of we're learning the new system and whatnot. But now I think the program itself has come to grasp the system with open arms and able to execute it to its fullest potential.
Excellent. You have some players here who've won multiple championships, Ariel Smith and Adon Smolar, Alec Waxman. Do you think they're nervous or they're big game ready?
I think they're big game ready. I mean, we've been talking about this for a while. We've been waiting for a while for this game to happen. Obviously, we're anxious and antsy, but we're trying to use that energy to be positive and to be really effective on the court.
So what do you think it's going to take to beat DRS twice in one season? You beat them earlier, but it's always harder the second time. They have a little hunger. What's going to take today? What's the keys to the game?
Yeah, I keep saying all season, I've been saying this, like if we just do what we need to do, minimize our mistakes and our errors, we'll be successful against anybody in this league. So I think it depends more on what we're capable of doing instead of what they are.
Got it. And you've coached the JV girls basketball team to great success, assisted on the varsity and JV girls volleyball teams. How does this team compare in terms of camaraderie, chemistry, being together, energetic? Yeah,
it's great. I mean, it's different chemistry with each team. Obviously, different types of relationships. In a sense, these kids, I guess, is really great because we have a great range of ages. So it's great to see the older kids sort of be mentors for the younger kids on the team, younger players on the team. Whereas with the JV volleyball and JV basketball and varsity volleyball, they're sort of in the same age group, so they're probably sharing with people they share with normally in the classroom, situation. Right. So, I think athletics is mostly about life lessons and learning these life skills, like, working with other people, different age groups, and the diversity that comes with that, right?
Excellent. Thank you. Sammy, any questions?
Coach, who's the X factor on our team for this game?
The X factor on our team? I think the X factor, I wouldn't say it as a player itself. I would just say it as a skill. It's our passing, right?
I hear that.
If we pass the ball to target, pass the ball to our setter, we get attacks. Every time you really want to get an attack out of every possession, every time you have the ball, keep them on their heels. As you see, they're a tall team, they're a big team, so we want to really keep them on their heels so they can't be as successful as they their capabilities, right?
Right. So speaking of their height, meaning like now that we see that they're so tall, do we look to play more defense-minded, like expect the spikes, or do we want to attack more on offense and try and just get it through the wall?
Yeah, well, the idea is, like I said, keep them on their heels. Out of every time we possess the ball, get an attack, so they can't really set up their attack. That's our first step, right? Obviously, if that doesn't happen, then in specific possessions, we have to worry about blocking, covering our blockers, placing our free balls to spaces where they're on their heels. Just to be basically ready for anything at that point,
Coach, good luck. We're so excited for you. Win or lose, it's been a great season, but we think you're going to win.
Thank you.
Go get them.
Okay,
Let's go Sting.
Go Sting.
All right, so that was Coach Leslie Spalding, and he's looking for an SAR unprecedented 4th championship in 5 years. Never happened before in Yeshiva League volleyball history. Let's go over some history, Sam, today.
Let's do it.
SAR is going for another championship. Varsity girls basketball won it all in March. Varsity girls tennis won it all on Friday. Yashikal, congratulations to them. Sammy, in your illustrious SAR playing career, which ended in 2014, you won 3 volleyball championships, a JV boys basketball championship, a JV boys softball championship, and here you are watching your brother. So what do you think about Dovey and his game in volleyball relative to yours and in comparison?
That's a great question, Mike. I mean, Dovey's just a great athlete, in my opinion. I think he's a much better athlete than I am. I was a little taller, though, so... But he has a really nice, his whole game, his serving, actually what's weird is that he's not the tallest guy on the team, but I think his best skill and his most useful talent is his blocking ability. It's pretty cool. But then again, he's as successful as the guys that are around him. So, he makes everyone else better and everyone makes him better. That's how teams work. So I think that if the team can really bring it today and really, volleyball is a game. It's similar to softball also. It's a game of really not making mistakes because a lot of guys are athletic enough to hit it over the net. Right. It's a matter of just, covering your bases. That's what Coach taught us, when I was a senior. Covering your bases, making sure you don't make any silly mistakes. At the end of the day, the game should go as most games have gone this season, which should, end with a win.
Right. And SAR is playing against DRS. SAR finished 7-1 with a lone loss to Frisch after already capturing the #1 seed. They beat Frisch in the semis handedly. DRS is coming off a 6-2 season where they lost to SAR, and then they just beat Ramaz in a thriller in 5 sets. And DRS features Gabe Leifer, who is arguably the best Yeshiva League basketball player in history. And here he is, 6'5" on the front line, going to Torah Shraga in the fall. What do you think it's going to take to stop Gabe Leifer?
Yeah, I mean, Gabe is really a specimen of an athlete. He's a tall kid. He's super athletic. But, you know, just the way you attack any big guy is that you go at his knees. You know, you hit it away from him. You hit it towards his weaknesses.
Right.
You know, he's a big guy, but he doesn't cover the entire length of the net. He covers up his specific part. Now, what's interesting, though, is that, you know, we're going to see when the rest of the team is, you know, on the court and in the game, it's not just Gabe. They have a few really tall guys who are athletic and can make blocks. And the big thing is just not to get nervous about that. We know they're going to block us a little bit. You know, we have to be prepared. Coach practiced with us when I was on his team. He practiced like, okay, what happens when you get blocked? And you know that like you're supposed to get behind the guy who is getting blocked so that you can be there to get the ball.
Right. So looking at SAR's history volleyball, they won it all in 2012 behind the senior leadership of Johnny Nolman and Eitan Bar-David, who had just lost the varsity boys basketball and varsity boys hockey championship respectively. So there was a nice hunger there. And in 2013, they repeated. Seniors were Elliot David and Max Altholz, who sprained his ankle. Danny Oppenheimer played the game of his life, as Johnny Nolman told me, probably the best volleyball game he's ever seen, if you recall winning that championship against Ramaz.
Yeah.
Ironically enough, 2012 we beat DRS, and here we are facing them again. 2014, Sammy, your senior year with Eyal Foni and Zach Wohlberg, and you had Daniel Jonas and Jacob Sachs. You won a championship for a third straight year against North Shore Hebrew Academy. Last year, unfortunately, SAR lost the semis to Ramaz, but right now that hunger is there. Some players were on that team last year that lost in the semis. They didn't necessarily win a championship before, and they want to win it. So what is that hunger like for you, going for that first championship versus going for a second or third, the way Adobe's going for a second in volleyball, Ariel, Alec, and Adon a third? Welcome.
Hey.
Good luck to you.
How many viewers we had so far?
Beautiful question. I don't know. Ask him.
We're looking for viewers.
Go. Yeah. What's
nice
the
guy.
hunger like going
Nice
for a
guy.
second championship?
Yeah,
Versus third?
the
What do you
hunger. I mean, listen, what's interesting is that a lot of these guys you're going to see on the court tonight know what it's like both to win and to lose. And so, you know, usually when you know what it's like to win, it's like, okay, you can relax a little bit. But now that you know what it's like to lose also, you know, you have that taste in your mouth. You know what it's like to go home in the car after a game and just that terrible mood that no one ever wants to feel. Now, granted, you know, they were the underdog last year, and, you know, they lost. And this year, they're actually, I think, the favorite, you know, based off of record. And, you know, so they're going, I think they should be going in confident. They really handled Frisch very nicely the other night. And DRS is a good team, but, you know, we know. I mean, DRS has winners themselves, too. We saw their one SAR check. They have basketball players who didn't lose a game for an entire season, which is pretty incredible.
Won a championship by 30 points, which is unheard of also.
Yeah, it was pretty nuts. But we'll see. I really think SAR can come away with a win here. I think if they stick to their game plan, they'll be fine. I really think so.
The nice thing about SAR's history is that right now Leslie Spalding is going for another championship, but he was preceded by Coach Bonnie Myers, who's right now proctoring the ACTs and doing a marvelous job. Hello, Ms. Myers. So Bonnie Myers set the stage for the Leslie Spalding transition once she had her second kid. It was too much to do volleyball also.
Right.
What's it like playing for Leslie Spalding after playing for Bonnie Myers?
It's a great question. Very different styles. Very different styles. They both work. For Coach Bonnie Myers, there was definitely a fire that was ignited in her at every game, and she knew that she was always going to fight for her boys and push us to go as hard as possible. And that was always very comforting to know that, like, even when we were down, you know, she was pushing us and she was making sure that we were doing the best we could. And, you know, Leslie is more like the tactical specialist. Like, every game is a game plan. There are set plays. There are set ways to, you know, go about attacking in the defense. And, you know, so to play for those two styles is very unique. And I can't say, you know, one is better than the other because they're both great and we won championships under both of them.
Right.
Which I think, by the way, also speaks volume about the talent that's been coming through the system all these years. And they're kids, you know, SAR allows these kids to play a second spring sport, and it, you know, it attracts kids who really care about the sport and want to put in the time and go to practice. And, And this is the result. They're playing in their championship game.
Right.
And they've been so successful for so many years.
That's a great call. Dovey Marcus, Ariel Smith, and Jake Epstein just finished softball seasons, and people here will play softball, they'll play soccer, they'll play volleyball, they'll play 2 of them.
Right.
Looking at SAR, let's talk about the starting lineup. We have Dovey Marcus, number 2, a junior out of Riverdale. We have Ariel Smith, number 17, a senior out of Riverdale. Ariel will be joining the party at Lev HaTorah come the fall, learning yeshiva for the year before heading to Baruch College. We have Erez Major, a junior, number 12 out of Riverdale, just moved there from Manhattan. Welcome to Riverdale, Erez. We have Amichai Zierler-Fight, number 8, a junior out of Riverdale. We have Edan Smolar, number 22, senior out of Manhattan, headed to the Cooper Union for the advancement of science and art come the fall. For engineering, we have none other than Alec Waxman, number 0, a senior from Riverdale, heading to Duke University and bringing his talents to D1 volleyball.
Now, by the
Sam.
way, I just want to add, I think Alec is tonight. Coach was saying, I was trying to hint at it, see if there was one player maybe you can name, but it's not fair. But I guess I'm not the coach, so I can kind of do it here.
Hey, Alphony, Jacob Sachs just walked in. Just saying. Yeah.
2 legends right there.
2 legends in volleyball.
We'll have to get them to interview. But back to
For
what I was
sure.
saying,
Sorry.
though, Alec Waxman, I think, is one of the most improved players I've seen play volleyball. He's really stepped up his game, and he's become, one of the most valuable players on the team. The team is only, again, that volleyball is built off of athletes, but you also need someone who can get them the ball. And Alec has been there night in, night out. And, if he plays his game the way he's been doing it all season, I think SAR has a very, very good chance to do well today.
And to give Alec and Edan some credit, they did not play as much in the early stages of their career. They held their own, came to the practices, did their best, got better and better, and proved
And
to
now
the
they're
point
both
where
starting
they are
in
so
the championship
reliable
game.
seniors. They're
Yeah.
fantastic. Ariel Smith and Dovey Marcus starred from the start, and they kept up that star power. Coming off the bench, we have Mr. Yoni Sachs, number 24, a junior from New Rochelle. Elon Hirsch, number 21, a sophomore from Riverdale. We have Nati Ben Meir, number 10, a sophomore from Riverdale. We have Joshua Edelstein, number 5, junior out of New Rochelle. We have Jake Epstein, number 1, a sophomore out of Englewood, New Jersey. We have Nathaniel Goldblum, number 20, a senior out of Riverdale. Sammy, what do you think about SCR's depth? Are they going to rely on some of their backups, or do you think it's mostly a starters party?
Listen, we got a good squad, but I think it's very obvious that the team is predicated on the first 6 who are going to be on the floor and maybe 1 or 2 substitutions. But right now, we have
Wow.
big-time guests here.
Wow,
Big
A.L.
time
Phony and
guest
Jacob
here.
Sachs, who just got shout-outs a minute ago, talking about the 2014 championship. Jacob wasn't on the 2013 championship, but boy, did he contribute to the 2014 run. And A.L. arguably in the Mount Rushmore of SCR volleyball star power. Boys, welcome. I know you don't have headsets, but we're so excited to see you. What do you think about today's game? Who's going to win?
SAR, of course.
SAR is going to win? Is it any dispute? All right.
Take it.
One of you guys want to take a headset, take a little question?
I guess.
All right, we are here right now with none other than A.L. Phony, who just finished his sophomore year at Johns Hopkins. Johns Hopkins is known for lacrosse, but A.L. is known for volleyball.
Yes.
A.L., what do you miss the most about being on the volleyball team?
The fun of it. I mean, these games were awesome in high school. You got to play with both friends. Both these guys were on the team. Yeah.
Excellent. And you're next to Jacob Sachs, who won championships. Listen to this, guys. It's never happened before. In basketball, soccer, softball, and volleyball. He's a stud at Yeshiva University, just finishing his first year after a year and a half in Israel. Jacob, you joined volleyball as a senior. What was that like for you? Did you feel left out? These guys knew each other 2-3 years, or did they welcome you right away with Coach Spalding? What happened?
Well, we started the season without Coach Spalding, but it was actually a very warm welcome. It wasn't such a tough transition. Being on other teams with the guys, it was great to join the volleyball team.
Excellent. Boys, it is so exciting to see you. We want to hear you screaming like crazy for Sting Nation. Obviously, when it's time to be quiet, you can be quiet. When you can cheer, you can cheer. We welcome you. Great seeing you. Sammy, we're about to start our broadcast here. It is now 2:50.
No. DRS is warming
Oh,
up
look
now.
at that. DRS is warming up. It's okay. I can
False
talk for hours.
start on the commentator.
DRS
15
decided to come a
yards,
little
whatever
bit
it is.
late. They're probably in some traffic heading from Long Island. DRS, for those of you who don't know, is located in the Five Towns, located on Ibsen Street down in, I don't know if it's Woodmere or Cedarhurst.
One of those.
They're a wonderful school, part of the Hebrew Academy of Long Beach system, along with their sister school, SKA, Stella K. Abraham Yeshiva High School for Girls. Sammy, in
Yes.
your illustrious high school career, you faced DRS in numerous sports. In which one did you think they were strongest?
Well, I think it's known that for years, since DRS has come to the radar of yeshiva high schools, they've been predominantly successful on the hockey court. They've year in, year out, they do very, very well. JV, varsity, they always do great. Only recently, actually, have they been really a force on the basketball court. And now obviously we have volleyball, which is also interesting because when I was a sophomore, we played DRS in the championship, and that was and we haven't had a good team ourselves. We were underdogs, but we played against a fantastic team, and it was a very hard fought game. It was 3 sets. Back in the day, it was now it's best 3 out of 5. But when we played, it was best 2 out of 3.
Right.
And so it went to 3 sets. It was intense. As Mr. B got away from
Mr. Marty
B.
Berlin, the man, the legend,
The
here
legend.
in Teaneck. I
The
don't
legend.
believe it, on a Sunday,
Across the
Father's
bridge.
Day.
Across the bridge.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but DRS overall, they produce a lot of talented athletes, and it'll be interesting to see how that plays out today on the volleyball court.
So shout out to my JV boys basketball team who beat DRS in the semifinal away, with Judah Oppenheimer hitting 5 threes in the second half in a wonderfully played game. They have a great player, Gideon Valensky. Here we are with Marty Berlin. He doesn't want to be interviewed, but he's happy to say hello to the camera. Marty Berlin has been at SAR since 2004.
For those of you who didn't see it, he gave his famous fist bump. Famous fist bump.
Leading Sting Nation to championship after championship after championship, and more importantly, SCR hangs on to Mito. Something that the
true.
school values. Let's go over DRS's lineup. They have Zev Ben-Ami, a senior, number 75. Moshe Bennett, a sophomore, number 24. Jeremy Brody, a senior, number 11. Cheskiyahu Burstein, a junior, number 10. Alon Jakobowitz, a senior, number 22. Gabriel Leifer, the aforementioned star athlete, senior, number 42. Judah Levine, senior, number 21. Zach Lowinger, junior, number 23. Zev Lowy, junior, number 8. Yosef Melkman, number 34, a sophomore. Josh Ritter, senior, number 69. Joe Rosen, senior, number 99. Steven Zalmanovich, junior, number 64. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to be perfectly honest. We know all the SCR names by heart. Might be a little struggle with DRS. We'll do the best that we can. Sammy.
Yes.
Today is going to be a championship game, the last game of the year for 2015-2016. What do you remember most about this past academic year?
This past academic year was interesting. I mean, I've seen successes both where I'm currently now as a student in YU, and I've seen them in SAR. What's it called? As you were saying before, the girls basketball team won and girls tennis won, and those are tremendous successes. And actually interesting, when I was in YU this past semester, I'm not on the team personally, but the team itself actually hosted its first playoff game in I don't know how many
Basketball,
years.
yeah.
And it was just absolutely electric.
Is this a
Michael.
plug for Yeshiva University to all the watchers out there who are looking into colleges?
Listen, I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan of YU. It's a good place. Nowhere but here. That's a thing. It's true.
Ramada.
There's a lot going on there, a lot of tremendous things, ways to grow as a Jew, ways to grow in secular studies and Jewish studies without question, and I think it's the number one place to get that balance.
All right, so we're going to go to a highlight reel hosted by our wonderful producer, Josh Lewis, and we'll be right back after these messages.
Yeah.
All right, the game is about to begin. SAR lining up in their black road jerseys, but I think it's the only jerseys they have for volleyball.
Definitely the only jersey.
And DRS is in white with green shorts. The boys are ready to play some volleyball. It is Championship Sunday here at Mayanot, the neutral site for the Sting Wildcats game. We are on, Sammy Marcus. We are on. Listen, we got up front today, starting off for the top line, Amichai Zierler fight. We got Erez Major, we got Ariel Smith. Now, Erez Major very often comes out of the game when we go to the back row, and Elon Hirsch comes in to play the back. What do you think about those switches? You were taken out sometimes to play back row also, right?
Yeah, so actually it's interesting because throughout my entire career, it's weird saying that word career, but whatever. Throughout my career, I was in a similar position as Erez, meaning typically they take a smaller, more athletic guy who might even be a little bit easier to get to the ground, and who can get those low balls, and they put him in the back row, and they'll take out Erez, and it ends up being like Erez is almost like half a player now because you have this one guy who can play the front really well and one guy who can play the back very well. So for me, it was usually Yakir Greenberg. But it looks like we're about to get to the action, Mike.
All right, here we go. Looks like DRS is getting the first serve. That is number 75, Zev Ben Ami, which means the son of my nation in Hebrew, for those of you translating at home.
We're on. Let's
Game's
do it.
On. Here we go. Dovey Marcus sets it up for Amichai Zierler fight. Sets it up for Erez Major. Erez Major hits it over the net. No one gets it. That's a point for SAR High School.
That's
Way
what's
to
good
go,
to win these
Erez.
games, by the way.
Way
You
to
see
go.
that point right there. Okay, they can't attack the front row of Gabe Leifert because he's so tall. Hit it to the back. Make the back guys work.
Amichai Zierler fight. Serve. He serves it to the back. Looks like it's going to be long. A point for DRS.
That's
Just so you
nerves.
know,
That's
those
nerves.
of you watching at home, volleyball's 3 out of 5. Each game up to 21. Right now it's a 1-1 score. We already have a substitute. Number 21 is coming in from DRS. Judah Levine, a senior.
Now look
There we
at
go.
the size up front now for DRS.
It's massive.
Tremendous.
It is massive. That point is awarded to DRS, and for those of you scoring at home, that's an ace.
That is an
DRS
ace.
is a visitor on the scoreboard. They are leading 2-1. Number 64, Mr. Steven Zelmanovic is serving. Returned by Alec Waxman, setting it up for Amichai Zierler fight. Amichai sets it up for Ariel Smith. Spike, tip.
Got it.
Goes out of bounds. Point for Ariel Smitty. What a point. Ariel Smith is some athlete. Straight out of Riverdale, New York, born and raised. Oldest of 4 kids. His family's here today.
Here's our substitution, by the way. We spoke about
Great
during
call.
the first serve.
This is Elon Hirsch.
Elon is very talented. I believe he is a freshman or sophomore.
From Riverdale.
From
Elon's number
Riverdale.
21. He serves it up to DRS. DRS
All
is
right.
trying to do the 1-2-3 set. And that is the DRS point, unfortunately. It's 2 to 3.
And listen, we got to remember, they're going to get some of those. I mean, they're going to be some easy points. They're bigger than us. They're not necessarily, it's not a skill thing in volleyball sometimes. When you're bigger, it can lead to some easy points. Uh-oh.
That's tough. Oh, Dovey keeps it in. Dovey's going to spike that. Oh, Dovey is a little fake
Nice.
play. That's
That's
no
ours.
good. That is a point for the SAR Sting. Dovey Marcus's spike is so intimidating that the fake spike can catch his opponent off guard. Here we go. Ariel Smith, number 17.
I take full credit for teaching him that move. That fake spike is just deadly if you get it right.
Ariel serves it. Looks like it's a little long, Ariel. Ariel's strong, but a little too strong for that. Right now it's 4 to 3. Ariel will be working at Westchester Summer Day for a 3rd straight summer. Great kid. Here we go. DRS, number 99. That is Joe Rosen serving. Amichai fight returns, and he sets it up for Waxman. Here goes Dovey Marcus spike. That is a beautiful play by Dovey Marcus out of the Parkway House in Riverdale.
Yeah. Now, by the way, his jersey reads 2, the number 2, and the name Pac. I believe that's Zecher Nishmas Tupac Shakur.
Here we go. Alec Waxman serving. Number 42. Gabe Leifer sets it up for his teammate. Third. Oh, good. That's a point for SAR. We'll give that service point to Mr. Alec Waxman. Alec Waxman's a wonderful young man whose game improved tremendously these past few years in volleyball. He serves it once again. Gabe Leifer returns it, setting up his teammates. Looks like a block shot opportunity. That point goes to DRS.
See, that's not bad defense there, right? Some of that got deflected. That means they were there on time. You know, you're going to see a lot of times that even though we're not as tall as them, but getting up to block the shot at least is kind of like, you know, putting a little bit of a distraction in front of them. It's going to make it hard for these guys. They got to know how to play too.
5-5. We have number 3 for DRS serving. His name is not in the roster, unfortunately. Alec Waxman sets up Dobie Marcus. What a spike, but DRS blocks it. Point is going to DRS. I think someone hit the net, unfortunately.
I think
what do you
so
think?
too. Yeah.
6-5 DRS. Here we go. Number 3 is serving once again. Service goes to Amichai Zierler-Fight, who's setting up his teammate Dobie spike. It's returned by DRS. DRS is trying to set up a 1-2-3 opportunity, but no! What a block shot by Dobie Marcus. Trying to save it by Amichai Fight. No good. Point for DRS. The Wildcats are up 7-5. This is a very close game. Seems like it's going to be very hard to get that 5-in-a-row streak because they're so evenly matched.
Yeah, I mean, listen, DRS is bringing in a lot of size, a lot of talent.
DRS serves once again.
Oh, no.
Hirsch shuts it up for Waxman. Waxman gets to Arnold Smith, who has to serve it over. It hits the ceiling. Point for DRS. 8-5 for the Wildcats. It's okay. It's still early. Ms. Schloff walks in, assistant principal. Rabbi Hubin, assistant principal. Ms. Schloff, director of Judaic Studies. Ariel Smith returns and sets it up for Alec Waxman for a spike for Dobie Marcus. And nice play, Dobie Marcus. 8-6. SAR gets to serve. And now we have Erez Major coming in for Elon Hirsch. Erez Major will be playing the front line most of the game, Elon the back. And now we have Dobie, who's a two-way player, going for the service. Dobie number 2. He sets up the serve, gets it over the net. Return by 99, 42, Gabe Leifer.
All right, the free ball. These are the points that we need to score on right now. When DRS makes a mistake, we need to capitalize.
Erez gets it over the net. Gabe Leifer setting up their 1-2-3 opportunity. No, they hit the second. Erez returns it. And they try to block that shot. Returned by Ariel Smith, setting up Alec Waxman, who's going for Erez Major. Has to get it over for the third. Back to 99. It's Gabe Leifer, 42, 75. Over. Alec Waxman gets the return to Amichai Zierler-Fight. What a rally here, Sammy. Erez Major. Wow, let's keep on going. Here we go. 75 is going for the spike. And we have SAR ready in preparation for their positioning. They are communicating very nicely. Erez gets it over. Eric, spike that. Here we go.
Gotta hit it harder.
Shot opportunity.
There you go, Erez. Oh, it's still in. Oh!
Erez channels his inner Hassan Whiteside, but DRS gets the point. It is 9-6, the Wildcats. We welcome those of you watching from Florida. Hello, my family. Hello, people in Israel. Hello, people in New Jersey, Connecticut, New York.
International broadcaster.
11 is serving it. And 11 for DRS is none other than Jeremy Brody. Erez gives it to 99 to Jeremy Brody. This is not looking pretty, but they're able to get it over. And SAR does not communicate properly, Sam. But the point goes to SAR. Looks like it was just out of bounds.
Close call.
And it's going to be 9-7. That scoreboard better work. 9-7 scoreboard.
We
there
got the point. We got the point. Ref gave
Adon
us the point.
Smolar. Adon did not make the team as a freshman. He decided he was going to be a practice player to get better and better. He shut aside his ego and got better as a player while making the wrestling team as a sophomore. Here he is starting the championship as a senior.
Listen, he makes the team better. He really does. He's a quality player, and he's an all-around player. He does a lot of things. He plays good defense, and he can attack the net every once in a while. And, you know, you need a guy like that who could step up out of the blue.
Yep.
And you get that far. And as you can see, he's serving very accurately. Let's see what he does here.
9-8.
Brilliant serve.
Ooh,
little long, but they weren't ready for
DRS gets
that.
the point. It's 10-8 Wildcats. DRS is going to serve number 75, Zev Ben Ami. Here we go. DRS is up by 2 points. It is a very close game thus far. The serve goes, returned by, no one's communicating, but it could be out of bounds. Yes, out of bounds.
And by the way, Coach Leslie's amazing at that. I remember whenever a ball was out, and if we weren't sure necessarily, Leslie was always out. You always trusted him, and he always gets it right.
10-9 on the fight circuit. Unfortunately,
that's
it doesn't get strong enough.
Second bad serve.
Maybe he has the butterflies, but he'll be okay. Amichai knows how to set with the best of them. Number 64 for DRS, Steven Zelmanovich is serving, and here we go. Serve goes. Alec Waxman calls for it. It's going to be set for Amichai Fight, who's going to set up. Erez Major. Erez gets it over the net. We have 75 Zev Ben-Ami returning it, being set up for Gabe Life for the powerful blast, but it's blocked by SAR.
Great block.
The volley is going. Amichai Fight is setting up. Ariel Smith.
Out of the Ariel.
Nice return by Zev Ben-Ami, setting up for Gabe Lifer, who does a little fake play that SAR perfected, and he was able to get the point. DRS leading 12-9.
Gabe Leifer, you know from the basketball court, he has a very soft touch around the rim, doesn't miss a lot of layups, and definitely you saw it right there. You know, different sport, but same exact idea.
Here we go. Erez Major on a 1-2-3 return. Goes to Zev Ben on me, going to 39. Gabe Leifer does the same exact thing, but SAR's ready this time, setting up for Amichai Zierler fight. Going Erez Major for the spike. Nope. And DRS is able to return it.
Great play.
Nice
by
return. They
defense.
look very athletic there. Amichai fight setting up Ariel Smith, but Gabe blocks it, gets it over the net, and that is a point for the Wildcats. So right now we have a score of 13-9. Still early, but DRS is looking a little stronger. That's okay. Here we go. 64 Zalmanovich serves it. Goes to Alec Waxman, setting up Amichai Zierler fight. Going to Ariel Smith. Gets it over Gabe Leifer, which is not easy thing to do.
Great
Erez
play
Major
by
gets it over.
Erez.
Erez Major point for the Sting. 13-10.
That was a
Sam.
very nice effort to remain active around the net. That's going to be huge tonight. Today. Especially with these big guys on DRS.
Erez Major is that gentle giant, but he's always fierce when it comes to getting that third set for him. Here we go. We have number 21, Elon Hirsch, setting up the sophomore back row superstar, setting it up. Service.
All right, free ball. Let's see what they do here.
Adon sets up Amichai fight, gets it over the net.
That's a great play.
Nice play.
That's a great play.
The judge looks confused. What is the referee thinking?
Was that maybe an inadvertent whistle?
It seems like an inadvertent whistle. Point goes to DRS. Are we getting an explanation? Maybe a carry, Sammy?
I don't know what the call was there.
It looks like it could be a carry, but there looks like a dubious response by the male referee.
Do we have the replay there? Could we maybe see
Yeah,
that?
replay,
again?
right?
I don't know.
All right, here we go. Gabe Leifer, number 42,
No
serving it.
replay. No replay. That's fine. We could do without replay.
Gabe knows how to dunk it in basketball, but it's hard to dunk in volleyball from the back row. Here we go. Service. Adon Smolar setting up for Amichai Zierler fight. Dovi Marcus gets it over the net. Here we go. 64 setting up 99, going for 21. Here comes a block shot opportunity. Dovi gets a piece of it, but not fully blocked enough. That's a point for the Wildcats. 15-10 DRS. You can see a talent on display on the court on both teams, and DRS is not going to go down without a fight. SAR is playing nicely, however, down 5. We're going to have to get a little streak here. All right, we're taking a short break. We have a timeout on the court. Scoreboard just went down. It looks like SCR is winning 10-1, if only that were real, but really it's fiction. Sammy, it was such a pleasure coaching you in basketball and softball, and here we are watching the volleyball championship as colleagues after working the ACTs today. Here we go.
That's a job working those ACTs. You don't get enough credit, honestly.
Thanks, man. Gotta be up early in the morning on a Sunday. Amichai Zierler fights. It's up Dovi Marcus, and Dovi, when spikes it, is not going to be denied.
Yeah,
Dovi Marcus can get up there.
Now, I should say, Dovi is probably just as effective, if not more effective as an overall player than any of the big guys on DRS, because he brings that talent to the front row and to the back row.
Correct. It's a nice serve by Ariel, and it's going to be a point for SAR.
See what the defense does there, though.
What'd they do?
See, they didn't even have to block it, though. The fact that they got up with their hands makes Levine have to spike it a little higher and try and get it over that wall. Oh, here we go. Let's see what happens here.
Alec is able to set it up for Amichai Zierler fight. Goes off the net to get it. Going to Dovi Marcus, gets it over. 64 is able to set up for
great block.
A nice block
Great
shot
block.
combined by Adon Smolar and Dovi Marcus. That number 21, Judah Levine, is a big boy, but SAR is not intimidated by size. Here
Stinger
we go.
buzzing these days. Stinger buzzing now.
Ariel Smith going for another serve. Here we go. DRS is setting up a 1-2-3.
Another free ball now.
And that's no good for 21. Judah Levine. Maybe he's feeling the jitters. It's a close game just like that. 15-14. SAR is right back in it. Ariel Smith has made 3 in a row. Another serve in. DRS is faltering. Another point for Smitty.
And by the way, you see how this game works. It's tied up just like that, and a lot of those are unforced errors. I mean, granted, there's defense being played by SAR, but that's a play that doesn't need to be a point for SAR. If you're DRS, you should be very disappointed with that.
What a dive by Amichai Fight.
That was
Marcus
terrific.
getting it over.
That was terrific.
Here we go. Ariel Smith.
Josh, we got to find that in the highlight. Here goes Dovi.
What a spike.
Right at him.
Is that in? You
Right
bet
at
that's in.
him.
Guess who's leading right now? SAR Sting. That was a spike by Dovi Marcus and a
stepping
beautiful
Marcus
assist
right
by
now.
Amichai Fight. Right now, SAR is up 16-15 after scoring 6 in a row. So, if Mora Gavi Zevi is at home watching, hello, Ms. Zevi. Mora Gavi.
Mora
I hope
Gavi.
you're watching at home.
Let me tell you something. There are
Yes.
a lot of SAR legends in the room right now, including the person who I'm broadcasting with today. and our producer and a few other people in this room. But there's no SAR legend who ranks like that of Moragavi.
Moragavi's been at SAR probably about 25 years, if I had to venture to say. She's Israeli and pure at heart. Ariel Smith serves it over the net to number 11. DRS is setting up a 1-2-3. SAR is in place. Amichai Fight is always in the right place.
Using those knee pads.
Always in the right place. Dovey Marcus does a light return. Now he's going to spike it. Yeah, Dovey. When Dovey spikes, the room thunders, and Ariel Smith gets another point. Let me tell you about this room right now. I said the Marcus family, the Smith family, the Waxman family. It keeps going. Here we go. Ball in the air.
Oh, let's see what they do
Adon
here.
sets up. No, that's a block shot opportunity, and that's a point for DRS. It looks like Dovey may have crossed over the net. And sometimes when you're a star player, you get very overzealous.
Yeah, it's true.
Cross.
It's very tempting to hit that ball when it's there, where sometimes just going straight up with your hands is the most effective play there.
Right.
The refs are looking to make that call and see who hits the net.
Rosen serves it. Alec Waxman is going to be setting up Dovey Marcus with another spike, but it's returned nicely by DRS. Ariel Smith sets up Amichai Fight, who's going to set up Dovey Marcus for a spike opportunity, but is a little bit lighter. Takes a little hot sauce off. He's got hot sauce in his bag, swag, but it stayed in, and DRS hit it out of bounds. Point for the Sting Nation. Right now, Alec Waxman, senior, out of Riverdale / Manhattan serving.
By the way, we see what the big men from DRS are doing now. They're hitting it forward, but they're not hitting it down.
Correct.
Right, so they're getting it across, but they're just hitting it out.
Dovey blocks it. Dovey spikes it, but 21. Levine tries to block it, goes out of bounds, and that is a point.
And again, that's a good defensive play by Levine, but when Marcus is on like that, Dovey, my brother, when he's able to make a play like that and hit it that hard, sometimes it just forces defense to make a mistake like that. All right, another free ball. That should be a point for SAR right here. Okay.
Adon saves it. Here we go.
Not bad.
Someone's got to block that shot. Zeb Ben-Ami gets it over the net. Alex sets it up on Amichai Fight. Here comes Dovey for a spike, but it's not going to be a spike. It's going to be a little bit less. Here comes a spike opportunity for DRS. He gets it over the net, and DRS gets a point. SAR is leading 19-17. The game is up to 21, best out of 5, and this is the first game. 21 comes out of the game for number 3, who is not in the scorer's book. And we have to speak to find out who is number 3, because I don't have a last name.
I'm not sure.
I hope this is
I'm not
kosher.
sure.
Maybe it's
All
a
I know
college
is that
kid
he's
for
a
all we
pretty
know.
good player. He's definitely
3
a good
serves to
player.
Ariel Smith, number 17. Ariel sets up Alec Waxman. Alec Waxman sets up Dovey Marcus. Dovey Marcus with a spike. No good, DRS. Guess what, Sammy? That is Dovey's 6th kill out of the 20 points that we had. That is impressive. Substitute coming in, Erez Major.
And now they're bringing in the big lineup. They're going to try and put it away
SAR's
now.
chips put it away right now behind the service of Dovey Marcus wearing his new LeBron James. Hopefully Dovey's a good roommate, Sammy.
He's not bad. Not bad.
He's a senior next year. Service, Gabe Leifer. Sets
Another
up
free ball. All right,
this
should be a point right
Ariel
here.
Smith setting up Alec Waxman. Going for a spike is Erez
Out of
Major.
there.
Spike, and SAR takes the first game, 21-17.
And by the way, that was Erez's best play of the game right there.
It
You just hit it straight down. You get the easy point. That's how you're going to win this game against these big guys. You just got to keep hitting it down.
That was quite the impressive comeback as SAR was trailing 15-10 and happened to score 11 of the final 13 points. Josh Lewis is telling me it's time for a break, and we are going to go to commercial. We are back with 1:30 to go in the break between Games 1 and Games 2 of the Varsity Boys Volleyball Championship. And right now, SAR must be riding high in confidence, Sammy. After winning that game 21-17, they were trailing 15-10. They came back. What do you think happened at that timeout? What do you think Coach Spalding told his players?
I think Coach said, guys, you got to do your thing out there, right? I think we're playing a little nervous, a little tentative out there. We have the skill. There's a reason that we're in this game. And DRS is a great team. Don't get me wrong. They deserve to be here equally as much. But at the same time, if we do our thing, we can succeed. And Coach, we know that your teams, your JV basketball teams have been in this situation. You've gone, let's just say the equivalent of you ended the first quarter with a lead. How do you coach a scenario like this? What do you tell your guys moving forward for the rest of the game?
You can never get too overconfident, and you have to treat every single play like it's the last play of the game. You can't just pretend that start of the second quarter, I'm only going to go 50% energy. I'll save my energy for the fourth quarter. You need every single player on the court.
And you see the effort. You're right. You see the effort. Even at that timeout, you saw Amichai diving for balls. Ariel, I know they missed the block, but and it ended up being DRS's point, but Ariel laid out for a dive. And this is someone, right? Ariel's given his entire, career in SAR. He's played so many different sports and been pretty successful in most of them. I've known him forever. He's a good friend of the program. The school is definitely going to miss his presence, both as an athlete and as a terrific role model. But, it's guys like him and guys, obviously they feed off of that senior leadership. It's not even a question.
So Amichai Fight just played the game of his life. Reminded me of 2014 Eyal Foney, 2013 Daniel Oppenheimer, 2012 Eitan Bar-David. That confidence setter, always able to return it, set up all the guys, get to the right spot, communicate. Right. That was some game. Dovey got that game. He got 6 spikes, 6 kills, and he got a lot of the glory. But I thought Amichai may have been the underrated X factor. Here we go.
Well, that's what it is. Again, you're not going to necessarily win off of having the guys with the most spikers. It's the guys who could set up those spikers and make the rest of the team function. Right. Every guy has their own job. But now we're going to get started here in the second set.
Adon Smolar. He wears number 22, Ron Zamir, his AP Physics C teacher, his favorite legends. DRS returns it. Number 75, Zev Ben-Ami sets it up for Adon Smolar, setting it up for Alec Waxman, who's going for Erez Major, going for the spike. Erez Major gets it in, but it's not a spike. It's not hard enough. But that's a point for SAR, as DRS is not able to get it over the net.
Now, when you're a team like DRS right now, you're playing defense, and that first hit is a little off. You hit it a little out of play. As the ball goes into the net. And this will be DRS's point. Just in general, as a volleyball concept, when that first hit off the serve is off, you want to get that to the setter to set up your spikers. If that guy with the first hit is off, it messes up the whole flow. Right. And you end up with these things called free balls, and those are where a lot of teams score their points.
Right. We have a little set by SAR. Erez Major is able to spike
nice
it.
Return.
Gabe nonchalantly 6 out of 5 and is able to get it returned.
Why not?
Erez over the net.
That's dangerous. That
like
could have been
a
carry.
Tough play. And nice play, Zev Ben-Ami. What a heads-up play. Here we go. Alec Waxman setting up. Ariel Smith, the wild thing. What a spike. Ariel says, I am Smitty, and hear me roar.
Listen, as Jersey says, wild thing. That was pretty wild, and it was definitely a thing. Right? That was a thing. It was wild. That's someone saying, I want to win a championship.
That is. That was a serve by Amichai Zierler Fight, returned by DRS, and here we go. Ron Zamir, no, that's Adon Smolar setting up Amichai Fight for Erez Major. What a block by
That's
DRS
the play. That's
here we
the
go.
play.
Ariel Smith is going to get it over it, nonchalantly gets it over the net while doing a no-look. DRS is setting up a 1-2-3, but here comes Ron Zamir, a.k.a. Adon Smolar. Erez Major gets it over the net. And now we're playing a little bit of back and forth. No one's doing a spike. Dovey with a great return, setting up
right to the
Amichai
setter.
Zierler
Let's see what he can do with it.
Smith is going to spike it with abandon. Attack.
Can I say something?
Please do. 3-1 SAR, yes.
Adon Smolar made that point right there with 2 brilliant plays. Firstly, when they had the small tip over the block, he was right there in position. And then he hit that little dink to the back row and made the back row work. And he didn't let it get to the front row.
Dovey Marcus just saves a play. Amichai Fight gets those knee pads dirty, and that's going to be too tough for SAR.
Oh, my goodness.
Who got it? Is that a point for DRS? I think so. That's a point for
That's a
Wildcats.
defensive clinic right there.
Sammy, look at this. It's Father's Day. We have all these dads here. And to those of you watching on TV, happy Father's Day. And those mothers, we love you as well. Here we go. Play for DRS service.
Yeah, happy Father's Day.
Adon Smolar to Erez Major. Amichai Fight gets it over the. Here we go, number 3, who doesn't have a last name on the roster, 64. Gabe Leifer. Not as dominant as he is in basketball.
No.
Erez Major gets it over.
That. They're going to set him up here. Let's see what they can do.
Ben-Ami has been playing very nicely today. Here we go. One more time. Guessing there. Set up.
Again, Smolar. Smolar's been all over the place. Oh, no. That's tough.
Smolar's the Draymond Green of the SAR Sting. What do you think? Here we go. Alec Waxman, number 2. DRS Major with a spike, and that is a point.
Call him
for
Draymond. As long as he
Nation.
avoids kicking people where he shouldn't, I think it's a
That's-
pretty solid comparison.
Adon Smoller has lovely sportsmanship, and he would not stoop to that level.
Did you see the
Here we
score,
go.
by the way? How did that work? It was just 4-3, and then it went down
No, it's
4-2.
4-2. It was
No, it's
3-2
4-2?
before.
Okay.
4-2 SAR, 21 Jump Street, also known as Elon Hirsch out of Riverdale. A backup pitcher in softball. Here he is, pitching from behind the yellow line. Elon with the serve. Goes DRS, sets it up for Gabe Leifer. Dovey gives a fake jump. Nice jump by Elon diving for the ball. Amichai gets it over the net. DRS is going to set up a 1-2-3 for Gabe Leifer. Here comes a big spike opportunity. Point for the Wildcats. You know, I think just Gabe jumping as if he's going to spike it alone can make you feel daunted. But the one person who might not be daunted by that is probably Ariel Smith.
Yeah, Ariel's really not afraid of many things.
No.
I've seen him. I've been into haunted houses with him. That's not true. I haven't.
Dovey Marcus gets it over the net. Here we go. Dovey with a sensational block. Another block of Gabe Leifer. And Dovey's going to tell his kids about that one day. But
Yeah, but he's not going to tell his kids about that point right there. Now we're
for the
tied up,
Wildcats.
Michael.
It's a 4-4
We're
game
tied up.
in game 2. And SAR needs to get on a streak. Here we go. 75, Zev Ben-Ami, the senior, serves. Elon Hirsch gets a return to Amichai Fight, setting up Ariel Smith, the free ball. That's a point for the Sting. Nice play,
Now,
Ariel
if you're
Smith.
DRS right now, you need to be very disappointed with yourself because you just had a 3-point opportunity. And even, usually when you're in a situation like that where a guy's just getting it over for the sake of getting it over, they yell at free ball. You heard someone, I think it was
Yes.
Leifer, yelled at free ball, and they messed it up.
Ariel with an intimidating serve. Gabe spikes it, but that goes out of bounds, and that's a point for Sting. And Sam, you can spike it at 100 miles per hour, but if it's not accurate, it's still a ball 4.
It's true. It's true. There's no question about it.
Ariel with the serve. Dovey spikes it, but DRS able to return it. Don't give up, Dovey. Here we go. Amichai Fight setting up Alec Waxman with the great
Great
save from
set.
out of bounds, and Dovey spikes it, but Gabe says no soup for you.
Hey, listen, you got to take it tough against these guys. You're going to go down sometimes. Gabe is huge, and he's strong. But you know what? That wasn't a bad attempt by Dovey, and it's good aggressiveness. Now
That
let's
was
see
a
what
valiant
happens
effort.
now. Let's see if he got intimidated.
Judah
Yeah, you
Levine, 21's back in the game.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. DRS serving, number 64, Salmanovich. SAR, Alec Waxman setting up for Dovey Marcus with not a spike, but a nice, effectively strategized hit.
All right, let's see what
There's
happens
Ariel
here.
Smith, Amichai Fight, Dovey Marcus.
Nice
play with a fake spike, and he goes a little soft to the left side where there's no one in play. And Sam, that was impressive play by your baby brother.
Listen, that's how you play someone. If you're DRS, you think that he's going to be a little nervous, but you know what? You're not expecting a play like that. You're expecting to go for the same block that you got before.
Alec Waxman with the serve. Dovey Marcus jumps to block it. SAR is able to get it over the play.
Oh,
That's inbounds.
that's tough.
Going to be a
I think
point
that's
for
Ooh.
DRS.
Yeah.
The referee seemed not sure
I think it was
herself.
in, and they corrected the call. It's
And
in.
she was
Yeah.
confirmed by her counterpart. Here we go, 7-6 Sting.
But again, you
Gabe
see
Leifer
the
will serve.
aggressiveness on defense. So that's
Correct.
going to take them a long way, I think, in this match.
Here we go. Amichai Fight returns to Alec Waxman setting up Dovey Marcus for the spike.
Wow.
And Dovey says, I'm here to play championship volleyball. We have a sub coming in, Erez Major for Elon Hirsch to go on the front row. We have
think
an
we'll call a
8-6
timeout.
game and a timeout. Josh, are we taking a commercial break? Commercial break, ladies and gentlemen. At near the halfway point of the second set with SCR leading 8-6. It's been a back and forth second set. Dovey Marcus is going to be serving. He's known as Tupac on his jersey. He serves to Gabe Leifer. What a quick reflex.
Nice serve.
That was impressive. Ball goes over. Alec Waxman setting it up for Amichai Zieler fight.
All
Going
right,
to
see what
Erez
Erez-
Major. See what Erez can do. He spikes it, but DRS able to return it. Amichai Fight plays a little bit of volleyball action at the front ret. Erez Major with the spike, and that is a point for Sting Nation. That is Erez's third kill, and Dovey gets himself another service point. Let
Now
me tell
for
you
the-
something, Sam.
Yeah.
9-6. It's getting a little run, and we have a chance to win again. What are you going to say?
I think you're right. First of all, it's not even a question. But, wow, the serving's been impeccable. DRS they have Judah Levine as SAR scorer as well. Levine touched the net. Judah Levine's all the way on one side. Now he's like 6'4",
4.
15. but like the rest of the front net is small, right? So this is the time for Erez, and you see he's being aggressive up there at the net, and that's really what you need to see out of him, especially when he has the mismatch.
Right.
And it's going to be like that also. Ben Ami also. He's a very good athlete, but he's not the tallest guy. They're not going to get all these blocks.
Dovey unfortunately served it to
Now
the
look
net
at their
for a
setup.
point for
You see how
DRS.
they're set up?
10-7. Yes, very interesting. You're right. Here we go. Alec Waxman setting up for Erez Major. The spike. No, a little bit less of a spike. Here we go. Return by DRS. Ariel Smith sets it up for Alec Waxman, going for Erez Major. Erez spikes it, and that's a basket.
Now that's someone who goes to practice and learns how to place those spikes. He did not hit that 100 miles an hour, right? Just a light tap. You find the hole, and you execute. That's it.
Erez Major might be one of the more coachable kids you'll ever find. A wonderful young man out of Camp Mosheva.
Huge mensch. Huge mensch.
And that's another point for SAR. 12-7. Service point for Edan Smolar. For those of you wondering why does Smolar wear a Ron Zamir shirt, Ron Zamir is a legendary physics teacher at SAR who's even written his own textbook. And he is known as the mathematical physics and APC physics whiz. Here we go. Alec Waxman setting up for Amichai Fight, going for Ariel Smith. It looks like it's tough play, and that is going to be a point for the Wildcats, 12-8.
That's tough. Amichai had the right idea there, though. He went outside, and Ariel, I don't think the defense would have seen that coming, but unfortunately it was poorly executed. But that's okay, though. It's good to get creative. When you have a little bit of a lead like this, a little bit of a cushion to work with, you can start to experiment with the offense, and that was a nice idea. I like that, honestly.
12-8, DRS serving returned by Alec Waxman. Alec returns everything with such ease, but no one there communicated. Amichai and Edan had a miscommunication. That's okay. They're smart boys. They'll get it together. 12-9 game, Sammy. It is anyone's game in the second set. That is number 3, Mr. No Name. Sorry, DRS. He does not have a name on the roster. Return by Alec Waxman, setting it up for Amichai Zieler Fight, going for Ariel Smith. Ariel nonchalantly serves it to the other side of the net in a diagonal. It goes to 11, going to Zev Ben-Ami. Zev Ben-Ami returns it to Edan Smolar. Gets it right back to Ben-Ami. Ben-Ami to his teammate. Fake spike. Edan sets it up. Sorry, Alex sets it up for Amichai, going to Edan Smolar. And we have a lot of back and forth ping pong style action. Once again, Alex
neither team is being aggressive. Let's see who makes a move here.
That's a good move by. Ooh, it looks like we had.
That's going to be Sting's point.
Over the net.
I think someone touched the net.
SAR. Sam, 13-9. Amichai Zieler Fight, number 8, from the esteemed Zieler Fight clan of Riverdale via Hong Kong. Amichai serves it.
Legends from the Zieler Fight family. They're
Sets it
all
up.
legends.
They are legendary. Here we go. Zev Ben-Ami. What a return by Erez Major. However, the point is going to DRS.
Now, I don't like to be negative. I gotta be a little negative here because that's a poor job of blocking. Even though they got up there, the reason that it's able to fall down like off of Erez's chest and down onto our side is because his hands are not reaching over the net.
Oh, that ball came right our way, Sammy. Way to save my life.
Mike, I always got you.
Call me crazy, but Gabe Leifer resembles Sammy Sokol, and I could see Sammy Sokol playing volleyball next year in the spring.
Wait, did you just say on the air I can call you crazy?
All right,
Speaking of crazy, what was that?
Come on, Sting. Here we go.
And now DRS is only down 1, riding a little momentum. Let's see what Coach wants to do.
Jeremy Brody serving it.
Nope,
no good. That's a point for Sting Nation. We kind of caught a break there, Sam. Here comes Elon Hirsch subbing in for Erez Major. So far, we've only seen 7 players play. Our starting 6 with Elon Hirsch playing back row for Erez Major, the front row stalwart.
Now, again, we said that in the pregame cast, right? We know that Coach, usually goes a short lineup. But those are the guys who get it done, and sometimes when it's a championship game, that's what you need to do.
Gabe had a spike opportunity, but he did a fake that SAR was able to do back. But that is no fake by Zev Ben-Ami. He says, I'm spiking it, and I'm doing it with authority.
Yeah, and let's see if Zev gets that going, honestly, because he's been kind of quiet today. Even though he's been jumping around, but in terms of on the attack, he hasn't been that aggressive. Neither has the DRS team overall. They're getting a lot. Oh,
that's a nice serve. Elon Hirsch tries his best with his Batman socks. No good point for DRS. 14-13 Wildcats. We are 2/3 of the way through the second set with SAR. Oh, I'm sorry, it's 14-14.
Yeah.
SAR tied. Served by Zev Ben-Ami. Similar positioning. Returned by Edan Smolar. Going to Amichai Zieler Fight to Dovey Marcus. Dovey hasn't been able to spike in a few minutes because he played the back row, and here it goes back up front. Gabe Leifer with a fake spike. Amichai Fight's able to save it, and Gabe does not spike it.
Good hands, good hands. Free ball. Oh,
Gabe found the spot in the court where no SAR player is going to get to it, and he landed it right there on the left back row. 15-14 DRS, timeout SAR, and we are going to take a break. Oh, we'll keep going. Josh says, you know what? This is not a commercial break. Sorry, Coach.
No commercial breaks.
Here we go.
On the Broadcasting Club.
15-14 DRS. It is anyone's game in the second set. I could see A.L. Foney looks a little nervous. I could see Jacob Sachs looks nervous. Robbie Marcus in his usual positioning, a little further away from everyone else to soak in the moment. and
Yeah,
be
there's a
all
lot
of one
going on
with
in
the
his
game.
mind right now. I know him. I live with him, actually. He's my
You do.
father.
You do.
Great man. Great man.
I see the Smolars, I see the fights, I see Ben Meir, I see the majors fresh in Riverdale, the Sachs families here. What a wonderful showing. Rabbi Alan Hubert is sitting in the front row with a few of his daughters, vociferously cheering on Sting Nation. So right now we're at a 15-14
I think Rabbi
game.
Human's in it right now. Honestly, he's zoned in. A lot of the fans are
Yes.
zoned in. This has been very entertaining volleyball.
You know what? You want a championship game to be competitive, unlike the NBA Finals this year?
Hey,
It's been good.
call out.
Here we go. Ariel Smith setting it up for Amichai Zieler fight, setting it up for W. Marcus. When W. Marcus spikes it, good things happen. He spikes it there, but not as hard as he usually does. He blocks Gabe Leifer, and that is a point for DRS. That was a valiant effort by Dovey, but DRS was pretty mighty. 16-14 Wildcats. It's anyone's game.
Now, again, that's what happens when you try and be a little bit too over-aggressive. There was no need for that type of a play from Dovey.
Ariel Smith sets it up for Amichai fight. W. Marcus the fake spike. That's a basket. That's a point. We're going to go 16-15 DRS, and now Ariel Smith, the wild thing, is going to serve. When I think Ariel Smith, I think sports dominance, and here he is going for his 4th championship. He already has 1 softball and 2 volleyball. Ariel hits it. That's too far. Ariel is one of the rare basketball and hockey players, and this year in the fall-winter, he had a practice or game every single night without fail, Sunday through Thursday.
And this is going to be tough now. Again, DRS has their big lineup on in the front.
They do.
It's going to be tough to get some spikes over them, but let's see what we could do.
17-15 Amichai Zieler fight returns to Alec Waxman. Dovey spikes but unsuccessfully, goes into net, and that's a point for DRS. And Dovey should not be too upset with himself. He's been playing phenomenally otherwise, and nobody's perfect, even in volleyball. Set for DRS. Serve, I'm sorry. Ariel serves it, returns it despite falling. Dovey has a nice play, but DRS able to return it. They don't Smolar carry the ball. That's a basket for the Wildcats, who are now leading this game 19-15. SAR has got to make its run. DRS is setting up. Coach Leslie Spaulding says timeout because 2 more points. The Wildcats would win game 2.
Mike, what do you think Coach is telling them in the huddle?
I think he's telling them, boys, we came back from 15-10. It's just a matter of not making errors, being in good communication. There should never be a time when someone is not getting to the ball because it lands in between 2 people. I think he's telling them you're better than this, and you're not showing up the way you did in the end of the first game. Let's make a run right now because we can get 6 in a row.
It's true. And by the way, let's just say in the hypothetical sense that they do not pull out this game, you got to end on a high. Make it competitive. Keep DRS on their heels, right?
Right.
A lot of what they're doing is they're winning on error mistakes. Our back row has not been so great in this particular game. We made some few mistakes, and we're going to correct those next game. But right now, we need to sharpen up those fundamentals for the next game. So we know no matter what, it's still best 3 out of 5, regardless at this point still.
What a change to the system last year, huh? Amichai Zieler fight returns to Alec Waxman. Alec Waxman setting up for Tupac. All continues Dovey Marcus. Dovey Marcus hits it. It lands out of bounds. Point for the Wildcats, 20-15. So here we are. It's a point game for DRS. SAR cannot go down this easily because they were ahead at one point in the middle of the game. Waxman set it up for Ariel Smith. It hits the roof. SAR is able to go back for it. Dovey Marcus gets it over the net. DRS is able to return. They're setting up a 1-2-3. And they get it in. No good. Point. Wildcats. They have a 21-15 Wildcat win. So SAR won the first game, 21-17. DRS storms back with their fierce Wildcat pride, and they are leading 21-15. We are going to commercial break. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be right back. So we're back, and SAR just lost the second set 21-15 after capturing the first one 21-17. It's 1-1. It seems like it's anybody's game, Sam. What do you think about what's going to happen in game 3?
I mean, listen, here's the thing. DRS and SAR, they split the set, and they split the first 2 sets, and they were similar scores. But what's unique, though, is that they ended in different ways. When SAR won that first set, it was largely in part because they were being so aggressive on offense, and they were scoring a lot of points, and they were just bringing it to them. In the second set, we lost because of a lot of our mistakes. It wasn't that DRS was overpowering us. I don't think. I mean, they played pretty well. Don't get me wrong. You have to play well to win a set. But at the same time, they weren't this like overpowering force, you know? Like, Leifer was relatively quiet. Their bigs were relatively quiet. We just made a ton of mistakes, and that cannot happen in a championship game. We just can't afford that.
It's a very big difference on that championship games are out of 3 out of 5. Volleyball a few years ago used to be 2 out of 3.
Right.
So that would have put a lot of pressure on this game. But I
Correct.
think teams are feeling the pressure either way because we're still in the championship game.
Yeah, listen, championship game volleyball is championship game volleyball, no matter how many sets there are.
And we are now on the court of Mayanot. Mayanot is known for women's hockey. Sam, what do you think about Mayanot?
Not much. Not much, honestly.
Never played them in any sport. They're all girls school.
I never played them in a sport. I don't know.
We'd like to thank the Mayanot Rapids for hospitality and hosting today's game.
Yeah.
Because a neutral site makes it a little bit more fair. Now, SAR did finish the better seed. They were 7-1, and DRS was 6-2. But championship games are meant to be on neutral site, just like the Super Bowl was this past year and every year from 1 through 50. Here we go. We got 28 seconds to go until start of the third set. Amichai Fight has played a phenomenal game. Erez Major has had some really big hits to give you some points. Dilly Marcus already has 7 spikes, 7 kills. Ariel Smith has 3. Erez Major has 4. When Ariel serves, good things happen. He already has 8 points as a server. Next with Dilly Marcus at 3. We have DRS serving first. That is number 99, Joe Rosen, a senior. I don't know where he's going next year, but that's okay. Joe serves it. Return by Alec Waxman going on Amichai Ziller Fight. Amichai Ziller Fight is going to set up. Erez Major gets a spike, but it's returned by Gabe Leifer.
Right,
75 have been on me. It's a very active player in the front. Here we go. Ariel Smith setting up Alec Waxman. Alec Waxman setting up for Ariel Smith. Ariel tries to get over the head of Rosen, but it's not
All right,
successful.
free ball. Let's see what they can do here.
Free ball. Smoller sets up for Waxman for Erez Major, and he spikes
Outta
successfully. That is a point for
SAR, let me tell you, I think that was the best point I've seen in a while from them.
Yeah.
Not a single mistake on defense, and then it transitioned into offense. Then you saw a spike from Erez. Oh, and there's a mistake right there by DRS. That cannot happen for them in this championship game. And now we have a 2-0 lead already.
Amichai gets the ace. A for Amichai. Here we go. 2-0. Sting. That could have been a borderline, but it looked like it was going to be in. Benami spikes it. Is that inbounds? No, sir. Point for Sting Nation.
That's dangerous, though, because we got to close up that block. That was an open hole for Ben-Ami, and we're lucky that he shot it a little long, that he hit it a little long.
It's an auspicious beginning with the Sting winning 3-0, leading 3-0. Someone calls out for Daddy. Nice block by Erez Major. Amichai returns it, sets it up for Ariel. And DRS is trying to set up their own rotation, but it stays in the SR territory. Dilby Marcus, spike, Erez Major, returned by Gabe Leifer. Gabe is the one-hand returnee. Nice play by Zeb.
Defense is there. Defense is there. It's a great play. Great.
Ariel gets it over, but way too far. That's going to be a point for DRS.
That's a nice rally, and if you're SAR, though, you're kind of okay with that. The defense was very active. They're on their toes right now. They're ready to play. You know, that's a tough play. Hello to you too, Mr. Number 34.
Number 34 is very friendly. That's Yosef Melman.
Very friendly guy, honestly. I
Sophomore.
kind of want to get to know him.
He seems very friendly.
Seems like a good
Here
guy.
we go. Serve number 3 for DRS, Mr. No Name. That is no good. Point for the Sting.
No name, no good.
4-1. You're not going to get your name on the roster. You don't deserve to score. 4-1. Point Sting. Erez Major comes out, substituted once again for 21 Jump Street, also known as Elon Hirsch, out of Riverdale, New York. Elon's going to be serving. Gets it over the net. Returned by DRS. Sets up their 3. And here we go. Amichai Ziller Fight. Setting it up. Hit by Ariel Smith.
See, now they're starting to read Ben-Ami's moves. They didn't even jump up now because they know. And let's see Smith. That's the point.
Smith gets a spike and says, I am here for a win.
Now, you know what's interesting? The mistake 99 made. Though the court, the volleyball court is so small, right, that sometimes you don't realize that if someone hits it hard and flat, you just let it go. And you let it go and it's out. And it's so tempting to hit, though.
That's double tap. Should be playing for SAR. Goes to the Sting. Yes,
it's so tempting to hit that. It's like right at you. You know, it's like a fastball when you're a major league hitter or a baseball. You know, you get a fastball, you just want to crush it. But sometimes also, like it's a ball, it's a little high. You shouldn't swing at it, and it's going to go out.
Do you think instead of screaming "let it go," if you scream "frozen," people will get it?
I don't know. Listen, Coach Leslie's been doing that all game. Whenever his serve's going out or a spike's going out, he screams "let it go." But it's instinctive. It's hard.
Right.
It's very difficult.
Point for the Wildcats, who are now trailing 6-2. And
SAR's looking good out of the gate here.
They are looking better. Jeremy Brody's going to be serving it for the Wildcats. DRS serves it to Ariel Smith. Ariel Smith sets it up for Amichai Ziller Fight, sets it up for Dilby Marcus for a spike. He hasn't spiked in a few minutes. and that was successful. And that's why Dovey Marcus spiking is a good thing for the Jewish people.
It's
7-2 for
it's
Sting
a
Nation.
very good thing for the Jewish people, for Sting Nation. I mean, they're one and the same.
That's a good point, Sam.
But we see
Here we go.
though, he shouldn't be nervous though. You get blocked once or twice, hit one into the net, you just keep going at it.
Ariel Smith serves successfully, and Dovey and Gabe fight for it. Gabe gets the victory.
That's a great block.
And you
by
know what?
Leifer.
That was good volleyball, Sam. Zeb Ben-Ami is going to be serving it.
Yeah, and again, we expect that to happen. Gabe Leifer is huge, and he's a mensch, but he's huge. You know, we have to remember that when it comes to volleyball.
Alec Waxman returns and sets it up for Dovey Marcus. Spike, another block
And another
shot.
one. Another one.
Dovey should not be daunted. He's going to be blocked sometimes, and he's going to keep on going.
And I think
Here we
Dovey knows that from basketball, by the way. You know,
Yes.
like when you're a shooter, Dovey's a shooter on the basketball court. You know, when the shooter's off, sometimes just to get out of the funk, you need to actually keep shooting.
The shooter's got to shoot. Zeb Ben-Ami, serve. Amichai Zieler fight. Sets it up for Alec Waxman. Going to Dovey Marcus. Gets it over the net. Throw backwards. Very suave play. Block shot, but stays in bounds. And that's the point for the Wildcats. SAR is leading 7-5. This game is getting perilously close after having a nice 6-1 lead, but it's still early in this third set. Here we go. Zev Ben-Ami going to serve it one more time. And we'll see if Sting Nation has an answer. Return by Ariel Smith. Sets it up for Alec Waxman. Alec Waxman sets it up for Ariel. Ariel gets it over the net to DRS. Setting it up for Gabe Leifer. Gabe Leifer gets it over the net, but not in the spike yet. It's still
Bad
going through this game.
miscommunication there.
That's 7-6.
Now I think it's pretty clear, Michael, what when they came out of the third, going into the third set, what the coach at DRS told the guys, like, get it to Leifer. He's your secret. I mean, it's not even a secret. He's your weapon. He's the biggest guy, and let him make plays. Let him be himself.
Right?
And they've been going to him all game, as we see here. Let's see what happens. Smaller,
Nice
great
job
play.
by SAR.
Smart play. No need to do anything too crazy. Dovey.
Setting up for Dovey. Dovey with the spike. He gets partially blocked by Gabe, but not enough to lose the point. Amichai fight back to Alec Waxman. Dovey. Here we go.
Great play.
Nice play. But
That's a net. That's a net.
that's
a net.
Thing. Yep, very good call, Samuel. And that is what you call a net. Point should be go back to SAR. Switch the points.
I'm sorry for that scream, the audience. I got a little.
Is that point
Got a
for
little
SAR?
intense
Scoreboard. Scoreboard. 8-7 SAR. 8-6, whatever. All right. It's nice when the scoreboard operator gets it right. Doesn't always happen, Sam, unfortunately. Here we go. Alec Waxman.
Now, you know what's interesting here? I think that, you know, the Leifer Marcus matchup here, there's a lot of respect going both ways. They're both not afraid to go at each other, but at the same time know that they can both just like tap it over each other because they know what the other person can do, what the other person is capable of doing to the other. And it's pretty interesting to see.
Maybe they'll be playing ball together at YU in 2 years. Who knows?
Hey, listen, it wouldn't surprise me.
All right, 64 Zelmanovich is serving it. He is a junior. Serves to Alec Waxman, setting it up for Dovey Marcus. He gets blocked again by Leifer. And what is the call? What's the carry? What do you think? We have an 8-8 game here in the third set. It is anyone's matchup for the championship. Ariel Smith sets it up for Alec Waxman, setting it up for Dovey Marcus. Dovey's going for the spike, and he is successful.
There you go.
You know what? Gabe Leifer is a phenomenal player, but he's not going to get every single point. That's
Listen,
Dovey's
if you
ninth
can't hit
kill.
it around, then you just got to hit it through him. Sometimes it works.
Erez Major comes in the game, substituting once again for Elon Hirsch. He goes to the top left corner of the front line. Those of you watching, happy Father's Day. We wish you a wonderful day, and we hope you enjoy yourselves. Here we go, Dovey Marcus serving it. It looks like it's out of bounds, and that's unforced error, which we cannot afford in a championship, Sam.
It's true, and by the way, that comes from spiking the ball so hard. You're just so used to hitting the ball so hard that you just overhit it. You forget sometimes, so the court's really just not that big.
Very astute point. Judah Levine spikes it. Point for DRS, leading 10-9, and Gabe Leifer will serve again.
It's the unconventional two-handed spike. They developed that in Russia in the 70s.
Did they?
No. They might have. I don't know.
For all we know. All right, Gabe Leifer going for another serve. 10-9 DRS. They took the lead after being down 6-1. Ariel Smith screams, got it. We can hear him. Good communication. Dovey gets it over the net. Returned by 64 Zelmanovich.
That was a nice little return there.
Yes, it was. Here we go. Alec Waxman getting it over to Erez Major. He spikes
Erez
it. That's a
Major.
point for Erez Major. And that was no minor spike. That was the big leagues. Erez Major. What an athlete. Plays basketball, plays softball, plays volleyball, and does it all with a smile.
He does do it with a smile. And also, Erez has really stepped up today.
Adon Smoller with the serve, returned by Gabe Leifer, setting it up for DRS, going to the 1-2-3, and that's a spike. I'm sorry, a block shot. The Erez blocks it out of bounds. Point for DRS. Sam, this game is very close. 11-10 DRS, which is not short for doctors.
No, it is not.
Davis Reynolds-Dollar Yeshiva High School for boys.
Nor is it full for Durs.
Amichai Zieler fight. Erez major spike. Good play. SAR gets the point. That's Erez's 7th kill with an 11-11 game here in Teaneck, New Jersey. Here we go. We're halfway through this 3rd set, which means we're halfway through the game itself if it goes to 5. Amichai Zieler fight setting it up. And we have Adon Smoller, the set for Amichai going over for Erez. Erez with the spike. Blocked shot by 21, Judah Levine. And Judah says, anything you could do, I could do better on that play.
Hey, listen. We know that already. We know what to expect out of a guy that big.
It's true. 12-11 DRS. SAR has had a lot of great sets tonight, but you know what, Sam? It's going to be about the kills also.
It is. That is true.
DRS serves, goes return to Adon Smolar. He gets it over the net. 64 is Zelmanovich. He gets it to his teammates. They're trying to do Zeb Ben-Ami spike, but that's a great block by Erez Major. Dovi Marcus gets the return, sets it up for Amichai fight. Gets it over the net. DRS now is going for their own rotation, but that's hit over the net to Adon Smolar. Gets to Amichai Zieler fight. Amichai fight sets up. Unfortunately, a play for Zev Ben-Ami. Now, 13-11. DRS has scored a couple in a row, Sam. Their confidence is riding high. And we got a 13-11 game.
It's true. Their confidence is high, but again, we're making mistakes. We just got to get one nice spike, one nice defensive play, and our heads are going to be right back in it. But right now, that side, that front right is really exploiting our weaknesses.
Erez displayed some resilience after getting a shot blocked to recover right away and got it over, but sometimes we just need to hit it with a little more authority.
Yeah.
14-11.
Let's see if the defense can step up here. That's
out of bounds. That is an unforced error by DRS. Sting ball. Erez comes out. Elon Hirsch comes in, and he will be serving for the sting.
And now we have Dovey Alsa's back in the front row. Let's see if they can get it to him. Now, as you can see, Judah Levine is out, so it's really just and they really, by the way, they really don't have much size up front now. Gabe's in the back. Let's see if they can really start to attack.
Good call. Zev Ben-Ami spikes. SCR returns it. That's Elon Hirsch setting up for Amichai fight. Going to Dovey Marcus for the kill, but not as hard as usual. Hits it. And that is a point for DRS. Sting Nation is down 16-12. Or is that 15-12? All right. Return by R.L. Smith sets it up for Amichai fight. Dovey serves it, blocked by Leifer. R.L. gets it over the net.
Great play.
And that's a great play by Smitty. Ooh, he kicks it for the 3rd. That is legal in volleyball, surprisingly. A soccer play works in volleyball. SCR should not be too dejected because they thought that point was theirs. Still keep fighting. Amichai, return. Dovey, over. DRS returns it once again. Dovey spikes it. That is my point, and I will take it. Oh, they're saying he crossed over the net. Sammy, they're saying he crossed over the net. They're giving the points to the Wildcats. 16-12 DRS, number 11, Jeremy Brody, a senior.
You know, I think the mentality is there, though. I think the aggressiveness, the need to be aggressive is there. But, you know, again, sometimes that can hurt you a little bit. And in this type of a game where the points are getting close. But now, I don't know what's going on here. The referee's talking to Coach Leslie. Seems like things are in order. We're down 4, but again, you know, that's not such a big lead, and we've come back from more than this before. So let's see what we could do.
Nice block by Gabe Leifer on Dovey's attempted. That's a Dovey Marcus block shot. But here we go. SAR. Amichai fight. Dovey Marcus. Dovey hits it towards back row. Hits the light fixture, but DRS is able to save it. Gabe spikes it. Dovey blocks it. Gabe spikes it again. Alec Waxman gets it in for Dovey, and Dovey's, wow, another block shot by Gabe Leifer. What a diving save by Amichai fight. But Smitty, unfortunately, hits it over at 17-12 Wildcats here in the 3rd set, I'm sorry. Those of you who are just tuning in, SAR won the 1st set 21-17. DRS captured the 2nd set 21-15. And here we are in the 3rd, DRS leading 17-12. Sammy, what's going to take for SAR to come back here?
You know, I'm not sure. I mean, there are a lot of things that we're just making minor mistakes on, you know? Like, when we're getting a little over-aggressive here, I don't think there's a need for it, right? They're not playing up on a DRS is not playing up on a net. We just got to get some of those, you know, light hits down, some of those small taps that are just easy points that we're just not looking for because we're trying to just hit it through them right now. We're trying to use our, you know, aggression and our frustration to try and just power through them, and it's not always the easiest way to go about it.
For those of you watching at home, hello, Rabbi Tully Hartstark, Rabbi Aaron Frank. We have Ms. Nancy Lurie on the administration, Dr. Mark Shinar, and here we have Ms. Lisa Schloff, Rabbi Alan Hubin.
And that's a lot of hardware right there going through the court. That's a lot of hardware.
Bringing trophies midway through the 3rd set. You know, this reminds me of the 2013 NBA Finals, and the Heat were down by 5 to San Antonio Spurs in Game 6 with 30 seconds to go, and they brought out the yellow tape during a game that wasn't even over yet. And guess what? Ray Allen hit a legendary shot. He came back to win Game 6, captured Game 7, and the championship trophy did not go to the San Antonio Spurs of Texas.
Yeah, tonight's going to be some Game 7.
Yes, but it's been a disappointing finals
There
otherwise.
seems to be a
with every
conversation
game being
going
10
on here at
points
the
or
net.
more.
I wonder what they're talking about.
There's dispute here. It's Machlokas.
Machlekes Tanoim.
I usually go by Beit Shammai, but
Beit
sometimes
Shammai?
Beit Hillel wins.
I'm a Base Hill guy.
You are a Beit Hillel guy. So if you were to compare two teams to political candidates, who do you think is the Hillary Clinton team and who is Donald Trump team between the SAR and DRS thing? What do you think?
You know, Mike, that's a question. It definitely does need to be answered.
It's okay if you don't have an answer. Don't worry about it.
You know,
A lot of
honestly,
pressure.
I think
Woo! Dovey with the kill.
I think that the Donald Trump, the confidence, I think the loudness, the excitement, the fanfare, I think that kind of resides in DRS actually. I mean, they're big, they're tall, they're loud. On the other hand, though, there's something on the other hand, though, like I feel an email scandal from SAR. I feel it.
No,
I don't
Sets it
know.
up for Alec Waxman, setting it up for a spike by Dovey Marcus. Avoids Gabe Leifer. Gabe Leifer has a great shot. That's dove by Amichai Fight to save the play. DRS is going for it. Gabe Leifer hits it to Ariel Smith. Ariel Smith sets it up to Amichai Zieler Fight. Zieler Fight to Dovey Marcus. Dovey Marcus is not going to spike. I think he's afraid of a block
He's too
shot.
far. I think he's too.
That's out of bounds. Point for Sting Nation. SAR is down 17-14. And
Getting
Ariel
right
Smith
back in it.
will
Right
again.
back in it, unlike Bernie.
Bernie is gone, but Jeremy Berger, if you're watching, you did a very good job volunteering for him. Woo! Dovey is able to redirect it away from Gabe, and that's a point for Sting Nation, and that is Dovey Marcus at his best. Not only getting the point, but looking to help Gabe get off when he was down on the ground.
Yeah, but
Way to go, Sting.
It's true. But you saw, though, like sometimes when you think a great play is going your way and you fall asleep on defense, and that's what happened to DRS. It was a great play at the net. Nice block there by Dovey.
Dovey was able to play. What a spike.
Right at
Dovey
him.
Marcus.
Take it to him. Take it to him,
That is
Dovey.
Dovey Marcus' 11th kill, and he says, Lucien Tukey, that is for you. Lucy and Tukey, for those not in the know, are the cats belonging to the Marcus family who are not welcome in the gym today.
I love
to
them
watch
very
championship.
much. They're adorable cats. They bring a lot to the table.
17-16 DRS. Setting up for Gabe Leifer. Block shot by Dovey Marcus. All right.
That's it.
It's a block party, but DRS gets it.
Speaking of block, there are a lot of blocks associated with SAR. We have Rabbi block,
Rabbi Kiva block.
Kiva block, Alicia block. A lot of the food purchased and consumed around SAR is sold by Alicia Block, and it's pretty good food.
That's great advertising. Alicia, if you're watching, hello. All right, we have Amichai Fight setting up for Alec Waxman, setting up for Dovey Marcus. Dovey Marcus going for the spike, but another block shot by Gabe Leifer. Maybe he has to rethink about his spiking straight into Gabe.
He
Going
is.
for an angle.
Yeah.
19-16 Wildcats.
Yeah.
Gabe Leifer has proven that he is the best athlete in the Yeshiva League, but
he's
it's not
great.
over yet.
And he's really stepped up his game here in his third set.
Ariel Smith to Alec Waxman to Adon Smolar. It could have gone out of bounds. Being saved by DRS. What a save. Very nonchalantly, Gabe gets it over the net and finds a hole. Adon Smolar gets it over. Here we go. Gabe Leifer. That's a spike. Point to the Sting. What a close call.
And I didn't see a block there by
19-17.
SAR. I think SAR really
Let's see
lucked
that.
out there on that point.
Yep.
He
That's
really
a
lucked out.
19-17 game, Sammy. It is closing
The
time.
veteran Alec. Let's see what he could do here. Up goes. Oh, right
He may
there.
have carried it, if you ask me. Alec Waxman setting up for Dovey Marcus. Dovey Marcus gets it over the net and avoids Gabe Leifer. Gabe Leifer avoids Dovey Marcus. Goes to Adon Smolar. Dovey gets it over to the net. Here we go. Block shot again. Nice return by SAR getting over the net once again. And Gabe Leifer spikes it. Gabe Leifer has been so active in this game. The first game was a little bit quieter, but here he is involved in every single point. DRS leading 2017. Point game in the third
Well,
set.
I think they're getting him involved because I think the DRS coach knows that, he's essentially the entire offense. And so you have to run it through him. And he's been so effective today, and especially in his third set, that you can't just all of a sudden go away from him, especially in a championship setting.
Would you say LeBron is to Cleveland as Gabe is to 5 towns?
To 5 towns?
You know, it's his area. Oh, it's a win for DRS, 21-17. DRS is up 2 games to 1. And it is now going to a 4th set. We're going to commercial. All right.
We're back live here in Mayano in this championship bout between the DRS Wildcats and the SAR Sting varsity volleyball teams. And unfortunately, we have our lead anchor, Michael Courtney, is departing. He has an engagement party. Mazel tov to whoever's being engaged. Now, back to the action here on the court. What's been pretty interesting now is we've seen that, DRS has really come alive here, and especially Gabe Leifer. And, it's no surprise because he's a tremendous athlete. He really is a gifted athlete. But nonetheless, SAR has also kind of fallen apart a little bit at the same time. And unfortunately, these are two very bad things happening at the same time for SAR. But now it's a new game. It's a fresh start. And SAR came hot out of the gate last game. They started off hot, and then they sort of fell apart. So let's see if SAR can ride that momentum from the beginning of the games. They've been coming out hot every game. Let's see if they can finally, just like they did in the first game, kind of finish it out. And as you could see from the broadcast, DRS is excited. They know that they have, things are going their way right now. Things are definitely going their way. And it's coming at the expense of the SAR Sting players. They're all high-fiving each other. I think they're ready to rock and roll. They know what's on the line right now. They're in a championship game. There's seniors on this team who want to win, and they can definitely do it. Arias had a great game. Smoller, all these guys have been stepping up as the clock winds down here. For those of you joining us, again, welcome to this championship volleyball bout, and happy Father's Day. Let's appreciate and say thank you to all the dads out there. And the SAR crowd is fired up right now. Zamir Smoller is getting ready to serve. He's ready to play. I'm ready to broadcast. Let's do it. As DRS makes a return. And that's an unforced error. That's a point for SAR. And as Aries Major says, why not? Why shouldn't they get that point? I like it. I'm a big fan of those. And sometimes another team's mistake can just ensue your own momentum. As here, Smolar serves again. Up to Levine. Save by Smolar. And that's going to go under the net and result in a point to DRS. Now that's a tough play. And we know, again, we've been stressing this throughout the entire broadcast. Drew Levine, Gabe Leifer, Zev Ben-Ami, these guys are very big at the top of the net. But our defense is good. Our defense can do it. As you see there, making a tough save. There goes Smith. Brody up to Ben-Ami. He's going to float it up. 3-point. Let's see if he can do it here. Free ball out to Alec. Alex sets it up. And this is going to result in a free ball for DRS. Ben-Ami goes up strong. Major says, not really. I'm not taking this. Another free ball. Oh, that's a mistake in the back there by Doby. That's a tough play. He had it on the run and hit himself in the head, but that's, that's part of it. Sometimes you need to hustle a little bit more. Now serving for DRS is, again, we don't know this guy's name, but we know his number, and he's been very effective. And DRS has not been afraid to call it out. Again, Ben-Ami blocked. Smoller to Waxman. Waxman sets it to Major. Major tips it right over. And this DRS defense has stepped up. Oh, Doby much better there. Great save. Out to Alec. Floats it up. Our front line, this blocking right now, has really been stepping up as he hits it to Smith. Smith aims back row. Now it's up. DRS needs to make up for it. Free ball right now. Zamir to Alec. Alec to Major. Puts it up. And that's going to be an SAR point. Looks like the DRS defense nipped the net. That was a brilliant defensive set by SAR. We're going to need a lot of those to get through the rest of this game. Now Amichai has been serving. The first game had a little bit of difficulty, but he stepped up since. Let's see what he does now. Puts over a good serve. Number 3 to Brody. Brody to Ben-Ami. Puts it up. A little bit too much for our blocking, and that's going to be a point for DRS. 3-2 DRS is up here in this championship bout. The fourth set, DRS leads and sets 2-1. As Brody serves it underhand, unconventional but still effective. Fight, Major, Major tips it up, and Leifer's been a brick wall the last few games. And he's just all over the net. He's been dominant up there these past few games. It's very hard to hit it over a guy that athletic and that big. But okay, that's what you need a defense for. That serve might have been a carry. I don't know. I don't love that. But okay, Smith. The hard spike. Results in a free ball defensive play by DRS. Now to Smith. Smith again, right down. And he gets the point. Ben-Ami was there, but he didn't have his hands over the net. And he hit it straight down right at his feet. So now SAR's down 4-3, and we have here 21 Jump Street. Elon Hirsch with the serve. Puts it up. Nice looking serve to Leifer. Leifer, Marcus says no thank you. One more. Defense wasn't ready. We know to expect that from Leifer, and now we cannot afford those plays. Now we're down 5-3. Again, Leifer has been putting on a clinic these last 2 games. He was pretty quiet the first game and the second game. Interesting serve. You know, honestly, as a former player, you like to see some sort of serves like that, you know, kind of throw the defense off guard, but unfortunately for Ben-Ami, that was a little bit out left. That's going to result in a point for SAR. Now Smith with the serve. Smith puts it up to Brody. Brody to Rosen. There he is, Zamir again with that defense. Now Smith, why not? Good call by the DRS coach, making sure his players do not go for a ball that's out. And now DRS holds a 6-4 lead. This game has sort of been back and forth, which is kind of interesting. We didn't expect that. No, the first couple of games, we saw that these leads just happened, and then they sort of came back. But now this set is starting off back and forth. Both teams are playing pretty evenly now. Leifer is just not giving up any space to Marcus. Dovey Marcus, my brother. But okay, we're going to have to work around that now. It's Amichai up to Alec, Alec to Dovey. Let's see what Dovey does. Floats it up. That should have been a carry. That's a tough no call, but okay, Amichai up to Marcus. Nope, to Smoller. And Smoller cannot get it over the net, and coach is forced to call a timeout here as SAR is slowly crumbling apart here in this 4th set. And we're back live here in Maya Note High School as the SAR Sting take on the DRS Wildcats here in this men's volleyball championship. I am Sam Marcus. I will be taking you through the play-by-play for the remainder of this game. Now, one of the things we've been seeing for a little bit as Leifer puts it up. We'll get back to that in a moment. Smolar. Leifer, not such an aggressive play, and there it is. We've been seeing a very real and very unfortunate lack of energy from the Sting side. And it's tough when you're down. It's a little bit degrading every time you go up for a spike and it's being blocked by Leifer. But, you know, you got to get around that. You got to get over that. You got to remember, you're in a championship game and you're just as good, if not better than these guys. Let's see what Marcus can do. And Marcus, right at them. There you go. You know, sometimes you just got to take it right to them and hit them down. And eventually they're going to start to fall. And let's see if that play can light up, sort of fire a little bit of energy in the Sting team here as they trail in this 4th crucial set, down 2-1. Marcus hits it to the back row. It's a free ball. Rosen to Leifer, but gets in the bad position, and the back row is not ready for it. Smolar has been Smith, I'm sorry. The back row, Smolar, Smith, have been so good, but oftentimes, unfortunately, they've been a little bit asleep, and these plays happen. Those are easy plays, and we can get those. Now Smith to Alec to Dovey. And Dovey says, I'm not losing today. I am not going to lose on my own. And Dovey's been going through a tough time, by the way. You know, he's clearly been the most aggressive player on the Sting team, but also it results in these blocks. All right, let's see what happens now. To Rose, and this is going to be a free ball for SAR. Let's see what they can do with it. This should be a point. Alec to Major. Good save. Back to Alec to Major. And that's a net by Drew Levine. And the coach of DRS is irate at his player. He knows that he made a mistake. And now all of a sudden it's a 3-point game. This is very manageable right now here in this 4th set as Dovey prepares to serve. SAR, I think, is poised to make a run right here. Again, another free ball. Let's see what they could do to Alec. Alec to Major. Major floats it up. Someone touched the net there, and it was Major. Major touched the net. That's a good call. And just like that, it's a 4-point lead for DRS, and they're 10 points away from their, as far as I know, their first men's volleyball championship. Now Smith to Alec. Back to Smith. That's going to be a free ball. That's a mistake. Oh, let's see what DRS does with their own mistake. Hits it right to Smith. Smith to Alec. Alec to Major. Two-handed. Now, interestingly enough, we've seen that called in other games, a carry. Here they have not been calling that a carry. As Levine with the big-time block. Now the lead skyrockets to 5 points, and that's a tough lead to overcome. But we've done it before already in this game. As Smith now to Alec. Alec. I don't know what happened there. I think that was, oh, I'm sorry. That was smaller. I think that was a miscommunication or it's a set play. That was just not run properly by the SAR offense. And now we're down 6. And now things start to get a little deeper. It's a little more difficult here. Let's see, as Rosen serves it to Smaller. Smaller now moving back to the front. And Major spikes it. Good save. And back to Alec. Alec to Amichai, down to Major. And Major's got to keep bringing that all game. Questionable call. Let's see what they're going to call it. They're going to give it to SAR. The sideline judge says that's going to be SAR's ball. And Ayers is trying to fire up his teammates there here in the front row. Now, again, it's tough. You're down 5, but also you're only down 5. It's a very surmountable lead. Now Smolar serves it right to Leifer. Leifer to Brody. Brody up to Levine. And Smith says, I'm going to take advantage of that mistake as the ball goes out of bounds off of the DRS defender, SAR point. Now we're down 13-9 here in this championship bout. Again, we see the skill in flashes. We just haven't seen it consistently the last couple of games. Let's see what we could do. Smolar serves it. Nice serve to Leifer. Leifer, Brody. Again, those plays at the net are tough. But Levine has actually stepped up here in this 4th game. Now number 3, we still have an unconfirmed name, but we'll get that at some point, hopefully. Number 3 for DRS serves it. Puts it over. Nice serve. Right to Aidan to Amichai, and that was a very well-run play. Unfortunately, that was hit right to Joe Rosen. Now to Amichai does. Someone was all over the net, and it looks like it was both players of SAR. And now again, we come in the situation. We're down 6. DRS is 6 points away from their first volleyball championship. Alec, nice save to Amichai. Now, Ares isn't interested here in giving up. And I don't think the team is. They're making some mistakes. Ario's trying to fire up the guys. They got this here. Go up the block. Then that's tough. These are plays where the defense has not been stepping up. That's what happened these last 2 games, and that's been their downfall right now. It's not that the DRS Wildcats have been spiking it so hard, but it's these blocks and these tips that have been floaters and are easy plays as coach calls a timeout. Now, what are we doing? Okay. Now coach is obviously calling a crucial timeout here. We're down 6 here late in this do or die set. And, you know, DRS is looking confident. DRS thinks they have this game in the bag, but they know very well, and their coach knows they're going up against a team that went 7-1 this year and hardly lost a set. This is a team, SAR team that's filled with veterans, obviously led by Marcus and Erez. And you have obviously Smith. These are guys who want a championship badly. And they want it, and they're going to try and do it. If they can do it, if they want to do it, they can definitely do it. But obviously they're going up against a very, very tough opponent in DRS who is motivated. They're on fire right now, and they haven't let up since the middle of the 2nd game. So let's see what SAR can pull off here to try and pick up some momentum. Down 6 here in this do or die 4th game as Brody sets up to serve. Let's see, on the court right now are Smith, Major, Amichai, Alec, Smolar. Oh, again, these mistakes. Now let's see. Oh, wow. Great return by Dovey. And that's a play that can fire up a team. And Erez is substituted out here for 21 Jump Street, none other than Elon Hirsch. And let's see, Elon Hirsch, young kid, sophomore, huge opportunity right here for him. Let's see if he can take advantage. He puts up the serve, nice serve. Number 3 doesn't have a name, puts it up to Brody. And this should be a free ball opportunity for the Sting. And they're just not ready for it. Their heads are out of it now. That should be a point, but okay, you have to move past that now. You're down 6. DRS is 4 points away from a volleyball championship now. As Ben Ami puts up his serve to Smith. Smith, rough return, goes right to the other side. And this defense is just totally falling apart here. The energy is just not there. It's just nothing's really going to Sting way here. Well, that was actually next to our point. But still, though, they don't look like they're into it. They need to pick up this energy. Down 5 here if they want to come away with the championship, or at least get this set. All right, let's see what they can do. Again, I've seen that call to carry before. Not today, though. A small R. Smart play. Gets it right back to the Sting. Amichai to Dovey, and Dovey says, I am going to do the best I can here with a floater. Now Smith. Small R. Again, these smart plays are kind of making DRS work, and that's important here. Let's see what Dovey can do with this. Nope, nothing. Nothing doing for the Sting now. Down 6. DRS is 3 points away from winning a championship here. As the coach from DRS is making a last-minute substitution here to try and maybe shore up the defense here. Got a serve right to Smith. Smith to Alec. Let's see what Dovey can do. Dovey spikes it out. DRS is now 2 points away from a championship. 2 points. Serve. Amichai to Alec. Alec puts it up for Small R. Small R, light hit. That's going to be a free ball now for SAR. Let's see what they do. What's the call? And the ref is giving the point to SAR now. I don't know about that call. It looked like it was a 50-50 call. Looked like maybe a little hand on the net there, but whatever. 1 point away now. That's Smith to Alec. Alec to Dovey. Let's see what Dovey can do here. Floats it up to the DRS defense. The do or die save there by Smith. Now it's a free ball for DRS to Leifer. Leifer for the spike. And that'll do it. DRS wins the volleyball championship for the first time in school history. That's a very difficult loss for SAR. You saw it happening, though. You saw it happening as the game went along. They lost their energy. The energy just faded away. And eventually it affected their entire game. And that was quick. The lights are now off in the gym. Wow. All right. As DRS hosts their championship trophy. And they earned it, though. They played very well. And as you could hear the DRS chant in the background. Very exciting. Clearly, these are the 2 best teams in the league, and SAR just did not bring their A game today, and that's what happens. When you don't bring your A game to the championship game, you obviously lose the championship game, and that's what happened today. And also, kudos to Gabe Leifer and the DRS team. They played great. Gabe stepped up. Drew Levine stepped up in the 4th set, and essentially now you have the result. As you can see now, the camera is panned on the handshake. Always sportsmanship is the #1 priority in sports. And that'll do it for the season. Overall, very successful season for the Sting, but obviously very disappointing that we can't come away with the championship. This is a team with high expectations, and they definitely could have done it, and they put themselves in a position to do it. Till next season, I am Sam Marcus, and thank you for broadcasting. Thank you for watching with us, and hopefully we will bring back some more action next season here with the Sting Broadcast Network.